We look at La Liga, and is it now time for Barcelona, Real Madrid, home or away? You put them in.
I think it's time for Barcelona. Yeah, it's really time for them to discover some consistency against the team that are bottom of the table. There's going to be an inquest if they don't win. I'm still a little bit unsure about Real Madrid. They've let me down a couple of times this season. I do think they still have a dodgy result in them, but Barcelona certainly time for them to get some consistency.
And coming off the back of a successful 2020 Euro qualifying campaign as well.
Yeah, had lots of winners throughout the international break. Had a good treble yesterday, actually, of Wales, Poland, and Scotland to beat Kazakhstan, which come in about 4-1. So, yeah, I think it was a good couple of weeks for all involved at Odds Market and Sportsbet Daily, but really looking forward to getting back to club football. International football's okay, but it's not a major tournament, and delighted that the Premier League's back, La Liga is back, all the top leagues are back. Very excited. And
there'll be no international break now until about March, so we can really get our teeth into the domestic and obviously the Champions League and Europa League. We're going to start with you, Number Juan. Levante 1.88, draw 3.95, and Mallorca at 4.25. Where are you going?
Well, I think this is a no-brainer. Mallorca has been awful as a visit. In this season, they have 0 victories, 0 ties or draws, and 5 losses in this season as a visit. And all around in the last 12 games, they haven't met a victory on the road. So it's a no-brainer for me. I'm going to pick Levante to win at 1.85.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's keeping it simple very early on. Martin, Levante 1.85 for Number One. I've got them at 1.88. Are you singing the same tune?
I most certainly am. Yeah, I've got them at 1.88 as well. Let's not forget that this is a Levante side that beat Barcelona 3-1 in their last home game, conceded a penalty against Messi in the first half, but then bounced back with 3 goals after the break, really took Barcelona apart. That's got to fill them with confidence ahead of the visit of Mallorca, who, like Juan said, have lost all 5 games on the road this season. They really hate leaving their island. They've only scored 2 in that time and they've conceded 12. This one really looks like a home win to me, and I've also got 1.88, which looks great.
Okay, so we kick off with a home win. Go on to the next game. I'll be very surprised if we're not looking for a home win again. Real Madrid 1.44, draw 5.6, and Real Sociedad 7.6. Juan!
Well, I'm confident Real Madrid is going to pull...
You're confident?
Yeah, I'm confident.
Don't go out on a limb here, you know what I mean? 1.44.
No. I have a good pick this time.
Come on then.
Yeah. So my pick it is for Real Madrid Asian handicap at -1.5 at 2.07. Real Madrid hasn't lost any of the 8 games as at home. In the last 8 games as home hasn't lost. So I'm expecting them for win. Real Sociedad, they have good football, but they're really inconsistent and they have a few interesting players. But Real Madrid, I think after the international break, they're going to be looking for more wins to establish the good. Zidane needs to establish himself. So he's going all for it.
No, I like that. I do like that. But I also like Real Madrid at 1.44. I think, wow, that's definitely one to be going into the parlay. And I'm going to be probably doing a 7 or 8 team parlay over the 4 leagues this weekend. I've got my 3 in the Premier League, which I'll tell you tomorrow. I've got my 2 in the Bundesliga and I've got my 2 in the Serie A. So I'm looking for Real Madrid. Okay, Martin, I'm looking for another one to put in the parlay. Leganes 7.5, the draw 4.8, and Barcelona at 1.48. Can I put Barcelona in?
Oh, I think you have to. For me, this is really the time that Barcelona needs to start winning big games. Betting on them has been a bit of a risky venture of late. We know that. They busted lots of accumulators before the international break with that defeat to Levante. And then they drew with Slavia Prague. I think complacency is a bit of an issue with this team. They're very good on the ball, very technically astute, but yeah, they just seem to switch off mentally. But they're playing against the Leganes side that aren't exactly very dynamic. Real Madrid beat them 5-0 recently, didn't they, Leganes? So Barcelona really should be looking at this fixture and thinking, we can achieve a similar result here. They actually lost 2-1 at the start of last season here, but they beat them at the new camp. They've won 5 of their 6 games against Leganes, and they really should extend that record. So I'm going to give them a minus 1.25 Asian handicap and get odds of 1.99 on that.
Okay, I'm surprised you didn't go thinking they're going to win by 2 clear goals. The 1.75, which will probably be around 2.2. But 1.99 minus 1.25 on the Asian handicap. Juan, now you've been like tossing and turning on this game.
Yes.
Villarreal 1.8, draw 4.1, and Celta Vigo 4.75. Tell us where you was going and where you are going.
I was going for the both teams to score at 1.75. I think it's a safe bet yet. But Celta Vigo does score goals, as does Villarreal. But I find more value on Villarreal win at 1.79. Let me tell you why. In the last 9 games at home, hasn't lost Villarreal. And Celta Vigo is in a streak of 5 losing games on the road. Like, each game they have in the last 5, they have lost. So I think Villarreal is going to pull it, and they're going to win. And at 1.79, it has better value than 1.75. I think it's a minor margin, but I think it's even safer bet.
No, you're 100% right. 1.8 is a lot better than 1.75. And that's your third home predicted victory. Okay, Martin, moving on. Real Betis 2.5, draw 3.55, Valencia 2.93. I don't fancy you're going in the winner's market here.
Well, no, but I see that Number Juan is going for all the home teams. I'm going for a fair few away teams this week, which is a bit of a precarious situation. But I do think that this is a good Valencia side. They won 3 games on the bounce before the international break. They really need to regain that momentum because they were starting to play really well. The only game they've lost since September was a 3-1 defeat against Osasuna. But Rodrigo was sent off in the first half of that game. They were a man down and they just struggled numerically. The main thing for them is to keep 11 men on the pitch. They've had quite a lot of red cards this season because they're a hard tackle inside. But if they keep all 11 players on the pitch, I fancy them to go and get a result here against a really poor Real Betis team. They got the worst defensive record in La Liga this season. Valencia have got a few injury problems. They've got a few key players out. But Dani Parejo's been in great form. They've got plenty of options in attack. I think they'll get a result here. Maybe not a win, but I think they can win it. But I'm going to go draw no bet, 1.95 on Valencia. Actually, hang about. 2.11 I can get actually on Valencia draw no bet. So that looks like a very good set of odds to me.
And what would be Valencia double chance? Would that be around the 1.8?
I reckon it would be lower than that, but I will just double check. Where is double chance? Oh, here we go. Double chance. Valencia 1.6.
Okay. Maybe that was one for a parlay as well. Let's move on. Number Juan, Valladolid 4.2, draw 3.6, and Sevilla at 2.
I believe this game is for Sevilla, but my pick for this game, it is both teams to score at 1.90. As home, Valladolid normally scores, and Sevilla has scored in the last 7 games, not always finding victory, but they do are a scoring team. So I'm easy peasy, both teams to score at 1.9.
You do like Sevilla, though. Every week you find an angle, whether it's them win, both teams to score, and overs.
I think maybe they're not the most consistent team on how you say it, on the victory or losing, but they have good football. They have good players. They have had a good season pass. Season transfer.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm expecting both teams to score at 1.9.
Well, let's hope you're right. You find out which one is your banker. I'm going to go to Martin for the last game, and then
I already have my banker.
I'm
prepared.
This boy, look, failure to prepare for failure. Granada 5.25, draw 3.3, and the away win for Atletico Madrid at 1.91.
Yeah, I'm going for the away win. It is a bit of a risky bet because Atletico Madrid draw far too many games. And they also have quite a lot of injury problems at the moment, with a couple of suspensions too that are hitting them in midfield. But Diego Simeone's got a very good squad, a very deep squad of highly paid players to choose from. And I think this is a good opportunity for some of those fringe players to really stake a claim for a place in the starting 11. They're coming up against the Granada team that came flying out of the blocks this season, went all the way to the top of the league, but they lost 3 games in a row before the international break. And that sort of new season confidence seems to be wearing off a little bit for Granada. I don't think it's going to be easy for Atletico Madrid, but I think they've got the players to battle to a narrow victory on the road there. So 1.91, 1.93 with some of the smaller books, those sort of odds, they look attractive to me.
Okay, and can you give me your banker?
Ooh, I would have to go. It's hard not to go for Levante, isn't it, when you consider how poor Mallorca are on the road? Yeah, I'll go for Levante.
Okay, so you're going to go Levante as your banker, and your banker is?
The same as Marty, Levante to win.
I should have gone with you first, so you didn't have to just copy what Martin said.
Maybe I had another idea, you never know.
No, exactly. You'd have had a backup plan, I'm sure. Okay, well, look, Martin, good luck in Spain this weekend. Obviously, we'll see you tomorrow on Premier League Punters. Number Juan, may all your bets be winners, but not just winners, plenty goals.
Yeah.
Just to cheer you up a little bit. You want to change it?
I have no under 2.5.
I know. I love it.
It's a miracle.
It is a miracle.
It's Christmas season.
Oh, is that really?
Next year,
it's amazing how many Christmas trees I've seen up already. I mean, it's meant to be bad. No, not in yours?
No, I put it on the 24th of December at 11:59 p.m.
Good man, good man. You're full of the joy as you, aren't you?
I am. A little bit of a Grinch, though.
Oh, yeah, just a little bit. Okay, well, listen, I look forward to having some Christmas festive cheer around your house over the Christmas period.
Let's hope so.
Okay, let's hope we get plenty of goals over the weekend. So Number Juan is going to leave us now. Martin Green, I'll speak to you again tomorrow. Thank you very much, gentlemen.